Hi everyone, I'm Corbin and this is Plant Basics. In this video, we are going to repot my Zigzag or Fishbone cactus. I will also take you through my care tips for this plant, and I'm going to show you the little trick I'm going to use to make my plant bigger. So Fishbone cactus is really easy to care for indoor plant. It is a true cactus, it's not a succulent. In the wild, it's often found as an epiphyte and it's also a climber. In the home environment, it really likes bright light. If your plant is in too low light, as my plant has been, you'll see it produces these like leggy very narrow growth. So this is a sign that your plant is not getting enough light. If your plant gets enough light, it produces these really kind of fleshy, big pieces of serrated stem. And yeah, so light is extremely important for these. I actually allow my plant to dry out completely in between waterings. It is susceptible to over watering, so you really don't want to keep the mixture too wet. Being a cactus, it's not really fazed by humidity, so a normal household humidity would be fine. I mean, because I grow this almost in a window, there's not high humidity there anyway, but really it's not really phased by humidity. Pests, I've noticed scale on this plant and also mealybug, so it's something to watch out for. I like to use neem oil on my plants when I have scale, or if you have a big infestation, you might have to pull out the systemics. The potting media I'm going to use for this plant is the potting media I use for most of my plants. It has cocoa perlite, it's well training. You can also grow these in an epiphyte type of mix, but for me that mixture is fine. I've never had any issues with it. Also, being an epiphyte, they do like to be quite tight in their pot, but this plant has been tight in its pot for quite some time and it actually dries out a lot. So yeah, so I do think it's time for it to be moved into a bigger house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pot this up in there and I'm going to put all of these cuttings in with my plant. So hopefully in time it will grow into a bigger and bigger plant. One thing to watch out for is that even though these don't have spines like classic cacti, they do still have small little spines, and you can often find that you pick yourself on them quite by accident. It just actually happened to me. But it's not so painful, but it's still an irritation. I'm going to fill up the bottom of my pot with some soil. And just make sure that my plant is at the right level. This is actually a plastic pot in a clay pot. And, oh, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. You see, my plant has actually grown roots straight through that pot into the clay pot below. I never actually knew that this had happened. So, how am I going to get this out of here now? Oh, that's it. That was quite easy. So let's pop that over there. And I'm going to put this plant in the new pot, and the soil level actually is perfect. So I'm going to fill up with my new soil all around the plant. Always make sure when you replant these that you keep the soil level at the same level it was in the previous containers, so that you don't actually bury any of the stems in soil, because that can cause them to rot. So I'm actually going to use my hands a lot quicker. Here we go. I've put some soil all around my plant. I'm now going to put in the cuttings. So what I'm actually going to do it's just make a small hole just so like I have space to insert them. I should do it this way around so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them, pop them in. Some of these are really desiccated, so they'll root quite easily. And I'm going to try and actually get these to grow this way because the plant itself is going into that direction. This one might be difficult. Oh, actually no. And last one I'm going to put in there. Now I'm actually just going to give these a little bit of water. It's just going to help my plants settle in, and also because the cuttings are so calloused, it's not going to really increase the chances of rot. So there we go, my zigzag cactus is now all planted up and has some new cuttings that will hopefully fill up on this side of the plant. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. If you did, please hit the like button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.